Hello everyone, welcome to soundproofguide.com. In this video, I'll be talking about how to make a pool pump a lot quieter. Because let's face it, if you have a pool, you'll notice that after 1 or 2 years, 3 years if you're lucky, the pool pump will start making noise. And sometimes for certain reasons, just small maintenance things that you can do, the pump will start making noise just a few weeks or months after operation. So in this video, I'll talk about how to make the pool pump quieter when it starts to make noise. So the first thing that you can try if you hear the pool pump making a lot of noise is to see if the pool pump is making a vibrational noise. That means if the pool pump is vibrating against the concrete pad, or it's just vibrating and that's what's making most of the noise. So what you can do is basically go to the pool pump and place your hand on the pump and push down. So this way, if it is a vibrational sound, vibration should stop. So to fix this, put something underneath the pool pump like a pad. You can buy a lot of different pads for pool pumps that will mitigate this vibration. If you have even an old yoga mat, or even the pads that you put on the floor that kids play on, if you have some of old pads like that, put it underneath the pool pump and that will help a lot in mitigating the sound. Now you just have to make sure that these pads are squishy enough that the pool pump kind of goes into it a little bit, because if these pads that you're going to be using are on the harder side, the pool pump might just sit on it like it sits on the concrete pad that you already have and will continue making noise. So make sure to get a pad that is squishy. A lot of these pads can be also found on Amazon or at your local pool supply store. I've seen a lot of people use the same pads that they use underneath a washer dryer, but that's kind of overkill. That would be more if you have a really big pump for an in-ground pool. Another thing that you can do is to go to your skimmer and make sure to clean the skimmer basket, because this skimmer basket is basically where the water comes into the pump from the pool. If that skimmer basket is completely full of leaves and debris, which happens often enough, here it's mostly bugs, and all you have to do is take the skimmer out, dump it out, rinse it, put it back in, you're good to go. And sometimes a toy can get in there and just basically clog the skimmer. Now, if the skimmer is clogged, the pump will be working a lot harder trying to get the water from your pool through the pump. If that skimmer is clogged, the pump will be working hard and will most likely be making a lot more noise. Just a quick pause. If you like this type of content, consider subscribing to my channel. Also, if you have any soundproofing questions, leave me a comment and I will answer all of your questions. It does really help my channel by people leaving comments. Thank you very much. So now you've cleaned the skimmer basket, the third thing to do is to go to your pump and clean the debris basket from your pump. A lot of the times, a lot of people might not really think of it. Just clean the skimmer, dump it, put it back, you're enjoying your day. But the same thing can happen to the pool pump basket that is happening to the skimmer. Now, this will happen a lot less frequently because the skimmer basket will be catching most, if not all, of this debris. What you'll need to do first is, of course, close the water line that's going from the pool to your pump. Close that off. Open the top lid of your pool pump and look inside. One other thing that can make your pool pump a little bit noisier is to not have enough water in the pool. You might not think that, but if the pump is working extra hard to try to suck the little amount of water that it can get through the hose, you need to put some more water in the pool. This happens all the time with kids jumping in the pool, and also if it's really warm, some water will start evaporating. So this is pretty easy. They make it quite dummy proof as to know how much water needs to be in the pool. Just go where your skimmer is and the plate around the skimmer. There should be a max line and a min line. So usually what I do, I always have it like in the middle to the top of the max, because with 3 kids and their friends, they're always jumping in the pool and I have to add water quite often. So that's one thing that can make your pump work overtime. So just add a little bit of water and you should be good to go. Another thing is if you have a clogged impeller inside your pool pump. I've never actually had this happen to me, but all you need to do is open up the top of your pool pump and check the inside where the water goes through the pump and see if it's clogged. All you need to do is use something like a coat hanger and bend it and stick it inside gently and just turn around and see if there's anything in there that is clogged. I saw this on a YouTube channel from In Yo Pools, so make sure to go check out their channel. Number 6 is replace the pool pump bearings. If you've gone through all the other steps, then most likely your bearings are getting a little bit chewed up and needs replacing. You can either have a professional replace them, which I would suggest. Changing a bearing DIY can also be increasingly difficult if the pump is older. If you make use of the incorrect bearing, or if you mistakenly position them inaccurately, this could do some serious and perhaps even irreversible faults and damage to the motor itself. If you do try to replace the bearings, I will attach a video in the description below on how to do it. I've never tried it, and I would just recommend you to bring it to a pool supply store, or if you do have like an older pump and you figure if you break it, it's no big deal, try it out. Open it up, try to fix it, close it back. If it works, great. If it doesn't, well, then it's time to go get a new pool pump. I would suggest doing this at the end of the season if you can, because probably you can get a pool pump for like 60% off. So try that. Another thing that you can do to make the pool pump quieter is to make the environment around the pool pump quieter, I guess you could say, is to put an enclosure around the pump. You can build a small enclosure for your pool pump, and it doesn't have to be, of course, closed, because of course you have the hoses coming in and out, and you also don't want the pump to get overheated. So all you can do is even build like a little A-frame and leave the front and the back open. In my case, the deck is over where the pump is, so the pump would be right underneath me. So for me, an A-frame would be perfect, because most of the sound from the pump that I'm hearing is coming straight up. So having 2 sheets of plywood, cut a couple of holes or slots to make sure you can get the hoses through, put it right over the pump, and you're good to go. It will probably reduce the noise by, I'd say, at least 50%. And at least this way, it will not overheat. Now, you can go a little bit further and maybe add a backing. So put an open-sided back from where the A-frame would be. But you just have to make sure that you leave enough airflow for the pump not to overheat. That's the main issue. But just an A-frame, it will help quite a lot, especially if the pool pump is right underneath you. So give that a try. And finally, replace your pump. If your pump is too noisy, if it's making grinding noises and there's just not much else that you can do, just replace the pump. I'll have links in the description below of some of the quietest pool pumps on the market. Now pool pumps has gone a long way since 10 years ago at least, and they are a lot quieter. They built them to be probably not as long lasting because everything is plastic now on the interior, but at least they have them running quite quieter, because my new pool pump, which is more powerful than my previous pool pump, is also a lot less noisy than my old pool pump was when it was working at peak efficiency. So that's something to look at. So I'll have links in the description below of different pool pumps that you can choose from. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, click the like button and make sure to leave a comment, especially if you stayed this long. Most people don't really stay till the very end of the video, and I'm just very curious to see, did you stay this long? If you've gotten this far, let me know in the comment section and let me know what you've done or what you plan to do on how to reduce your pool pump noise. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.